This is a direct message to the South African president and the South African citizens for the humiliation that the South African Ramaphosa has brought to African continent. I want the Ramaphosa government to be overthrown. I want the South African president to be overthrown. He is not worthy to be a president. He is not qualified to be a president. First of all, the humiliation of your arrival at America was a downfall to Africans. On your arrival, that was when the American authority were rolling the red carpet. Will you compare the visit of Donald Trump to the UAE to the visit of the South African president to the America? You see how the South African president was humiliated. And first of all, the day you arrived in America wasn't the day you met with Donald Trump. So Donald Trump was busy going to CAF, was busy going to a printer office to print some pieces of paper, some images. So Donald Trump was so busy going to CAF to print some paper or to stamp some paper, some images that he's going to show to the South African president. And South African president, being out of his mind, out of his senses, he was looking. And I also use this medium to tell to Julius Malema, it is time to pick up arms, not just protesting with words. It is time to pick up arms, because this has shown that the American authority, they are leading South Africa and leading America at the same time. This has shown that the South African leaders, they are not worthy. The Ramaphosa government is not worthy to be a president. He has been a president for a very long time, so you need to evacuate that very position. Because the Ramaphosa government is going to ask something that is already existing in South Africa. What is the fight of Julius Malema? To protect South Africa, to guide South Africa. And you and the so-called president is going to request of it in America. You see how senseless these African politicians, how they are. What you are looking for, there are already people, citizens who are willing to do that very necessity, who has already put themselves in that shoe. You rather go to ask America for security, for cooperation. What kind of cooperation? Who will come and guide, who will come and protect your country more than the citizens? Do you think that America will come and die to save Africans? Sometimes that's why these leaders, these so-called African politicians, you don't listen to revolutionaries. You don't listen to the speech or to the opinions of those who are protesting your country. What Julius Malema is doing in Africa is that same thing that you are going to request from American president. This is why you people are senseless, because you refuse to listen to the demand of the protesters in your country. That is why you people are confused, that you people you are on the same track. You are running on the same race. I'm sending this message to the Ramaphosa government that you need to evacuate from that very position, because it brought disgrace to the African continent in this generation. On your arrival to America, that was when they were putting the red carpet. First of all, then why don't you show videos of Africans that have been molested in America? Why don't you show Donald Trump the videos of African George Floyd that was killed in America? You even going to America a day ahead of the visit of Donald Trump, seeing Donald Trump, you don't take your time to visit the prisons in America and see how Africans are wallowing in prisons, how Africans are suffering in prison in America. You don't show Donald Trump those videos because you think that those Africans are not South Africans. But the so-called farmers, the Donald Trump are showing you, or are showing their images. Do you think they are Americans? These are the foolishness of the so-called African idiocy and catastrophic leaders. Donald Trump went to CAF, went to printing office to go and print papers, to go and print images. That was the reason why I couldn't see you the day you came to South Africa. The South African Ramaphosa, you are a big disgrace to African continent. You are a very big disregard to African continent. You are a very big disgrace of not telling Donald Trump to switch off that TV, switch off that television. There are many videos of Africans to be watched. And if the South African president is so-called Ramaphosa, the so-called idiocy Ramaphosa, if he didn't show Donald Trump also videos of Africans that have been molested in America, that is to say, he must be overthrown. It must be overthrown. This is a message to Julius Malema. They has beaten a hand that they cannot chew. Now, what I'm issuing to Julius Malema, if you are going to the South African Parliament, you must go with many videos. You must go with many pictures of Africans that have been oppressed in America. Now, Donald Trump has opened another way of, showing oppression. Now, if you are going to the South African Parliament with your men, now you go with evidence, with videos of Africans being molested all over the Europe, all over in America, Africans in prison in America, and you're also going with pictures. If the South African authority, the parliament members, if they are not willing, they are not patient enough to watch those videos, then it will lead to a crisis in South Africa, because Ramaphosa was having time to watch some foolish videos in America. Then if you don't have time to watch same videos in Africa, that is to say, is not qualified to be a president. This president, they've ruled for many years. They should get out of those posts. They should evacuate those posts. I don't see any reasons why people just remain in foolish and stay in leaders occupying a post that doesn't belong to them. This is the message. I want Julius Malema to take another dimension of protest. Another dimension of protest. Now, there will always be evidence showing of videos of Africans who are being molested. Just look at the humiliation of your arrival in America. Look at the humiliation. The president you didn't see the president that very day. And at the arrival, that was when they were putting the red carpet. They weren't American people riding horses. They weren't American children, students, singing, dancing, waving South African flag. Look at the UAE. Look at when American. And before forgetting, you went to visit Donald Trump. And you were the one promising that you didn't come with plane. Donald Trump went to UAE. It is the UAE that compensated him. So you went to America and you want to compensate America? Are you insane? Are you insane? Man, all these African idiocy leaders, you people are just bringing disregard. Shame to potential Africans. To some potential Africans, you people are just bringing shame to their reputation. And maybe I'm going to clear off all those illiteracy. Julius Malema, this is a bite. They've beaten the hand they cannot chew. The American authority, they've beaten the hand they cannot chew. I want your revolution mindset to be more higher than what they thought. Because this is insane.